Yo, all right, there we go. A little bit of a throwback there. I really like that intro. And Tanchu and I were just thinking of that one little soundbite that that he used in that goes the creators. We just really love that one. We just wanted to like throw back to it. So
great way to start the show.
Yeah, dude. And we're thinking also that we're gonna do a little bit of a build in public. To show off what we've been building for this one. So welcome to the Creators Community Call. This is not built in public because we just like wanted to use that intro from earlier in the year. But yeah, that's such a fun, I really love that intro. We definitely need to bring back build in public again here very soon because we're going to be building so many things. It's really exciting and we'll get into all this on the call. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming and joining us. And yeah, this call is being recorded and streamed out to YouTube, X, and Telegram from our Discord. You can come into discord.thecreators.com if you want to join us live. There's going to be an open floor at the end of this that if you guys want to come and chat with us, we're here to talk about all the stuff that we're building. And yeah, we're really excited to get into that. So let me actually go ahead and go full screen on this and then full screen on, let's see, how do I do that? There we go. Okay, that's better. All right, so yeah, you may see some interesting things on your screen right now. If you've not seen it so far, this is our Signals app that we've just released over the last month. And yeah, this is kind of the latest and greatest, product / marketing endeavor that our agency has been up to recently. So, the Creators decentralized agency started as a creative and marketing agency back in 2012, working in Web 2 at the time as the Creators LLC. We've since dropped the LLC and are had moved to the Creators decentralized agency, just making it more Web3. We've been managing the Based Creators group and community, on Base, and kind of helping to grow and scale the base creator community. And we're really excited to be talking about some of the things that we've just got kind of on our roadmap that have been just now, I guess the best word to say is incubated. Um, Something that has been in the works for, I would say, 2 or 3 years, in this current iteration, is building a creative platform for creators to be able to come and publish their works, and have as a permanent place for them where it's gonna be open source. It's never gonna go down. It's gonna be something that is maintained by the community, and then it's also got distribution. It's not just like something that ends up kind of being off to the side that nobody looks at, but it needs to be something that has powerful distribution while being open sourced and managed by the whole community of creators. So like that's like been the goal for many years, is to create something like that. And we're really excited because this latest product is going to get us there in terms of we've been able to put out a piece of this ecosystem that's going to help to boost the clients that we work with, the partners that we work with. It'll boost ourselves. We'll be using it to boost all the products that we launch. So this is really like the first step of our roadmap to release something like this that would enable tracking of all the on-chain and social activities that any kind of community or a brand would want to be tracking for their community, um, and to be able to offer rewards to that community based on those actions, and based on the points that you're earning. So what you're seeing over here is the white label version of our Signals app that we just released over the last month or so. Tanchu and I put in I'd say some pretty hardcore hours in terms of I know that there is some like 16 to 20 hour days over here in terms of just getting work done and just making this a reality in such a short amount of time. So what we have here, and maybe I'll kind of take us back to the beginning and then also switch back to Discord so that it re-enables my screen here. So this is kind of the portal, and what we've created is really a customized portal for any brand or IP or product or idea or event or whatever you might be launching or wanting to get attention to, or be promoted or be boosted. It is just a fully customized portal that the first partner is a DEX, and their name is Nemesis .trade. So Nemesis.trade is a DEX that's launching on Base in Q4. And they're also a partner that's launching on District.xyz, which we are partners with that launchpad, where also our past client Creator DAO also launched at District. Really amazing launchpad by Michael Ma and his team. And so this app here, what you're able to do with this app is to create a fully customized user flow. So Nemesis really wants a point system that rewards their users, and also they were starting out from 0 followers on X. They're starting out from only a few likes and reposts per post. Really kind of struggling to get the recognition that a new DEX launching really needs. Because this is something that has lots of time and effort and energy, lots of team put into it, lots of money put into investing into the technology. The co-founders come from a background of DeFi and have worked in several different DeFi products, and they have the experience and the talent to create really a world-class DEX that has some pretty startling new features that no other DEX really has. That we can definitely get into as well. But what I'd like to kind of really highlight is what is available right now for Nemesis. So for those who are wanting to kind of learn more about Nemesis and start to be part of the early adopters of this DEX, they can start to earn points right now by being invited into this arena, which is, the white label branded version of their Signals campaign that we've created for them. And we've deployed it out on their own front end. So actually, what you're seeing right now is actually the dev server. So let me switch over to to the actual arena and also switch back to Discord again here, so you can see. But so this is whitelist.nemesis.trade, and you'll see that's at nemesis.trade's domain name, but that subdomain is hosted by us right now through our product, and that's something that as a client, as a partner, we're able to set up for any of our clients and partners to really immediately spin up. If you just have a domain name, you just point your subdomain to whitelist dot your domain name dot whatever, and then you've got your own custom portal, and it can be used for whitelists, it can be used for airdrop campaigns, but it can also be used for just custom point systems with rewards of any type, because it's fully customizable in terms of what this thing is capable of. So let me kind of click into here. Screen's going to flash black as Discord tries to protect my system resources. So let me get back to Discord here, and then it's going to show you this is the arena if you've been invited, and you'll see that I've used some invite codes on this account here, and when I click on these, and it'll flash black again here, but you'll see now at the top of the screen it says success, that person's completed registration, you've just earned 50 points. And so once you've kind of gotten through and you've kind of completed all of these tasks that are marked with the required mark here, you're able to then generate your own invite codes, and then you can use those to invite your friends, and that's really the only way to get in. There are codes that are seeded out, or there's a list that you're able to set as a brand or as an IP that is managing this on the back office, and we'll show you the back office here in a second. But in terms of like getting people in there, there's kind of multiple ways to kind of like seed the community with some initial people that'll be able to make it through without needing an invite, and then from there that'll kind of grow from them generating their codes, and then they pass them out, and then more people generate their codes. And by doing it this way, it really makes it so that your community has to be active and has to come in, like, comment, and has to talk to each other and meet each other, and you're going to start to connect with new people that you've maybe never met before, and it kind of encourages a bit of activity and growth in your community, because it's going to be incentivizing them to come out and post their codes and get people's codes, and there's going to be a lot of activity around that. And so that then in itself, I think, is a really great concept that we're able to provide. But then also the idea that you can just have these like fully customizable tasks, like you can just put any task that you want here, and whatever requirements that you have, those will be kind of set in stone for the user to have to pass through. So I've already done a few on here, but if I go ahead and connect my X account here, I might have to actually, so I've already connected that X account to another wallet address. So let me go ahead and switch to a different X account here. Or actually, I think the quickest way is just to delete that from the, do a quick little database edit on the fly here. X username equals rskegi, and there we go. All right, so now I should be able to connect my X username again, and authentication successful, and I'm able to then like and repost, and it says successfully liked the post. So you can see I just completed that one. Going to do that next one here, just completed that one. I'll do that next one. So what that does then is once I've connected my X account, it uses the X API, securely stores the OAuth token, and then we're able to then post and retweet and like on your behalf as a user. So once you've given us the permission to, go ahead and like and retweet this, post or this that or that post or whatever it may be, or follow this account or do this or do that. So that these are things that it's available through the X API. We just hook in there and we're able to kind of complete. And we also have Farcaster connection. We also have connection to on-chain metrics. We can check that. For example, if you hold 20,000 Miggles tokens right now, that's a current partnership that Nemesis is doing with one of the top communities. Um, if you hold 20,000 of their tokens, you'll be able to qualify for 300 points. And that actually is a hidden task that will only show if you already hold 20,000 Miggles tokens. So I would have to switch to an account that holds that, which I don't think I'll be able to right now. But that is something that, as a brand, as an IP, as like an admin who's like, having this campaign run and you're, customizing this with us, you're able to kind of figure out like what communities do you want to invite in to do a collab, or you can also just make it where it's your own token or your own community, whatever you want to do. These are just fully customizable user flows that will award points based on what you've done. So one of the other ones that we've done an integration with is Tally and also Megaphone. So if you're already using a form like Tally or like Megaphone to like collect information, like you have a product wait list, or you have a sign up form, or you have something where you've already been collecting information from your users. Both of those services enable you to then stream those results to Google Sheets, right? So we have a Google Sheets integration where you can actually just check and see if they're on a Google Sheet. And it's called Complete the Waitlist form, and it has a link out to that form. So it'll say, oh, go fill that form. You go complete it, you submit it, and then you come back and hit the check button, and then it'll be able to actually check that within seconds. So it'll stream that to the Google Sheet from Tally or from Megaphone, whatever you've got that set up for. And then, as that's getting added to the Google Sheet, which takes like a second or two on the back end on their side, then you're able to check that, and then we check it, and then we're able to complete that for the user. So that's something that, is another integration that, anything that really hooks into a Google Sheet, we're able to check and see if that user's wallet address is on that Google Sheet, and then they'll get 100 points or whatever, however many points. These are all customizable. So let me actually show you a little bit of the back end here. That might be something that might be fun to show. And I'm going to keep my screen hidden for the moment. So I just sign in here. All right, there we go. All right, so we've loaded the admin panel up here for the Nemesis user account, and this is the first user that we have using the app. And so sorry, I just noticed too that the Discord was probably not maximized or was not running for the restream. I apologize if that was not coming through in the last few minutes. I will make sure that I keep a better eye on that. But yeah, so this is the back office, and as an admin, as a brand or a product that's been given access to this, that we've created a customized portal for you. This is where you're able to create really as many of the what we call whitelists as you want. And like I said earlier, this is originally purpose built as a whitelist app, but it can also be used as an airdrop campaign. It can also be used as just a custom rewards. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a whitelist, but we're currently in our back panel calling this the whitelist admin panel, because actually this entire app was called whitelists, the $ whitelists app with the $ whitelist token associated. It is now the Signals app with the Signals token will be coming soon with a whitelist for the token on this app itself. So that's what's coming in terms of, if you're able to kind of take a look here, we have the ability to create the name, the description. You can name your points. It's currently named arena points for Nemesis. You can name it whatever type you want. You can have a total participant cap. You can have like a maximum number of users that will be ever allowed to enter. This is something that is on my side in terms of assigning this whitelist to a certain admin. You can choose your icon that would be associated with it. So for this one, it's this little diamond, and that's also the same icon that's used for the required. If a task is required, it'll show up with that little icon next to it. If you selected the rocket ship emoji, then it would have a rocket ship emoji next to any required task, for example. So that's just like the icon that's used like kind of throughout the app, and it's just you can use any Unicode or any emoji like icon. So we try to like enable it so that if you have like an emoji that's associated with your brand, you can use that, and that can be like kind of used throughout the app. We have daily draws, which is something where if you want to enable kind of like a daily winners selection from your list of users, you can do so, or you can also do that manually. And then we also have the ability to, have these invite codes have an expiry where currently they're not set to expire at all for Nemesis because, we want those to last through the whole campaign. But, you may want to have, invite codes expire rather quickly if you want to really, make sure that people are not, I guess, sharing those codes too publicly. That may be for certain use cases, maybe a very private and quickly expiring code is something that might be more desirable than a longer expiring code. And also, these codes can be customized to be have multiple uses. And I'll switch back to Discord because I noticed that as soon as I click, I know that goes to black. Scrolling through this list of tasks, and these are the kind of the different tabs that we can go through. And I'll be rather quick because I know we're already a half hour into our community call here, and we've got a few other things to cover. You're able to create dynamic tasks, and that's the coolest thing about this app is that you can really create as many different tasks as you want. So we've got we've got a prototype task here, which you're seeing only on the dev server, which is rating the X account, and we'll give you 1 point for every like and 5 points for every retweet that you do on a certain account. That's something that's currently disabled because I am currently prototyping that. The other options that you can have for tasks is holding token. That is just what it sounds. Is it'll check if the user is holding that token. You'll put a contract address, whether it's on whatever chain it's on. Defaults to base, but we also have the ability to just literally insert any chain that you want that is EVM compatible. So it's you can really check just any chain that you want already. And you can also put a minimum. So you can say, I need to say have a minimum of 20K Miggles and you'll get 300 points. And you can also say that you want that to be only showing to those who qualify for that already. So it will go ahead and do a check on their wallet address on the back end before it even shows them that task to be claimed the points for. So, for this case, like, Nemesis is launching their own token. So it's understandable that they wouldn't want to be maybe shilling another community's token directly to everybody. It's only available to those Miggles community that are coming in and claiming those extra 300 points and then getting the benefit of getting one of those 210 whitelist tickets that were allocated for specifically for the Miggles community. And I think that's a really interesting way of doing it, where both communities have a really great benefit, and they're both able to have really bullish activity on their timeline. And it's a really great way to run collabs and partnerships. So yeah, there's obviously we've got the like and retweet the Miggles on base partnership tweet. That was something that Miggles put out themselves, and then we directed folks to go and to go and like and retweet. And that resulted in a huge boost on that Miggles account. They I think they got like something like 4,000 retweets and likes on that, which was like 1,000 times more than like what some of the average stuff that they were getting. Or like they get some really good likes and retweets already. But just having an entire army come in, like all do it at once just for the points, is really an amazing thing to see. Especially some of these ones that have the required mark on them. Because we have, and I'll show you real quick on the codes page here. Let's see, loading the invite analysis. It takes a little bit because now we've got so many users. I wonder if it's actually going to load if we maybe have so many users that it's got a little bit of an issue loading the invite analysis now. Or maybe it's just still taking a while. Let me see if I'm able to see that from another area. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. So, all right. So we've got 26,486 users right now. And that's why and I'll switch back again here. That's why when any of these are marked as required, that means that 26,000 people had to have done that in order for them to qualify. So that's pretty like overpowered almost. We might even need to put like some kind of like a limiter, or like maybe suggest to partners and clients that like if you're using this, make sure you don't go crazy, because like that's almost like overpowered. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna get 26,000 likes and retweets on something, like that's crazy. But like I just like that. I just love that it has the capability of going that hard. Like that's an amazing sight to behold on an account that went from 0 followers 2 weeks ago. So if you look at some of Nemesis's, let me actually get to this one in particular and see what this one looks like. Yeah, this has 18,000 reposts and 19,000 likes, you guys. So, I mean, pretty fucking crazy, like for an account that was just started, like had like 0 followers like a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, absolutely an amazing system. I'm really like pumped about what this thing is capable of doing. You can do is on list. That's where you check if they're on a spreadsheet. You can do referrals made. That's where you have to make at least X number of referrals in order to get those points. You can verify a follow. And actually, that's not even verifying. That will actually cause them to follow. If they click the follow button, it'll just make them follow. In the X like and retweet, it'll do both the like and the retweet in one button. You can have them get points just for visiting a link, and it'll just kind of like pop up a link and then give them the points just for clicking on it, for connecting their wallet, and for Farcaster likes and recasts. That's also another thing that we have on there that we haven't done for Nemesis yet. And yeah, like there's so many features that I don't want to like waste too much time of our community call here. So I'll really briefly go through. This is the part where you can generate invite codes as an admin. You can set maximum uses. So this is the part where if you want to have it like one code for 100 uses, you can make it here. Oh, our analysis finally came up here. Yeah, we got a lot of users, and that's that's why it's 530 pages of users. That's why. But you can export a CSV of your users, and you're able to kind of see all the invite codes and everything. The eligibility list over here, this eligibility feature, this is where you can really decide on who can get into the whitelist. So if maybe you want to have a list of people that can skip through that invite code as the seed accounts, you can create a list. And these lists that you create on here, you can kind of upload a CSV. You can connect a Google Sheet, so you can connect with your Google account. So right now I've actually got my Google account connected. We've currently got 157,000 rows that are checked on this every time someone comes through and checks this. And so if you are within that 157,000 rows of wallets, you will be eligible according to this current check. And then we've also got our token entry requirements down here as well. So if you want to just say that if you hold this amount of token, you can just pass through the invite. So we've currently got that set for people who have 20,000 Miggles to get through and then automatically get their 300 points. And yeah, so that's another thing that you can do. This is the daily draws feature. This is where if you want to, select winners, and I'll show you this real quick. You've got the ability to then filter through all of your list of holders or of people in the whitelist. So right now there's 19,801 people who are passing the current filter of having a minimum of 500 points, a minimum of 100 followers, a minimum ETH portfolio of 0.1. Actually, I don't know. I think that's actually default values. I don't know if those are filled out, so I'm going to actually put in some values. 0.01, 200, 100. And let's see that update here. So it's loading the eligible users right now based on that filter. So it's going to go through that entire list of like 26,000 and filter them out. So now there's 299 out of those 26,000 that meet all of those specific requirements. And then if you wanted to select 100 of those 299, you'd then be able to. So, really being able to kind of drill down to who are the people who are maybe not Sybil accounts. And specifically, we do have Sybil flagging so that, we kind of do invite analysis to check invite chains and make sure that I shouldn't be saying this on a live stream. I think our Sybils probably really appreciate me giving all of the background on our anti-Sybil stuff, so maybe I'll not talk about that. So that's you can really, as an admin, you can have really great data on these users, and you can select, the users that have good portfolios or good points or good followers, and really your best users. So that's the point of the daily draw, is to be able to reward your best users and to see them very easily. Tip section is just kind of a basic little text thing that you can, configure a bit on the front end here. It actually displays right here on the tips area. Events is where we're listening for blockchain events for the NFT contract. And actually, this is something I haven't gotten into yet, but for this one, we've selected and created the NFT reward feature. So if you are a winner and you're selected as a daily draw winner for Nemesis, you're going to qualify, or you're going to immediately be qualified to be able to mint a free NFT. So you'll be able to get through, and our backend will handle the minting. We've had 778 people come through out of 2,100 total tokens that will ever be minted for Nemesis. And yeah, we're really proud of that whole NFT system. Tanchu and I really worked hard on just building that, and it took about a week just for the NFT system and the artwork and the all of that to be tested and working. So that was like a really great feature to have added, and now we've got that available for clients to, if you want to create an NFT reward, and that's a really great way to then track the people on chain and also enable them to, buy and sell that reward if you want to have that, be tradable. You can also make it not tradable if you want it to be just straight up tracked to the winner and never be tradable. That's something that you can also do. But yeah, that's something that you can see all the contract events, and you go through all of the winners, and see all the people who minted, the transaction hashes and everything, because we've got a listener set up in the background for every whitelist that starts using that as a reward. I'll skip this tab. The advanced settings, that's something that it's kind of like an admin thing. To be honest, I don't need to show you that. This is a backup for your database. We can run that daily And that way, if there's anything catastrophic that were ever to happen, we make sure that there's always a backup of the database. Um, this is obviously a product that we've just released over the last month or so we want to make sure that we are buttoning things up in every single regard with user data and protecting everything with that. So yeah, so the last tab on here is just theme management. We've got a theme set for Nemesis of all the primary colors of the brand, and everything that really matches the font and the logo and everything. That really, if you go to nemesis.trade, it's all the exact same colors. We just pulled this right from their Figma, and we're kind of making sure that we match their colors for everything. And that's something that as an admin you can set up when we do this self-serve. This is all stuff that you won't need to really configure if you're going to pay us for the custom portal config. Like, you'll have access to edit this stuff, and control and do your daily draws if you want by yourself, if you want to do that. But yeah, the cool thing is that if you want to have just a custom portal set up, we'll just do all that. We'll set it all up, make sure it looks perfect. If there's any extra features we need to create or customize to deliver your exact user flow that you want to have to introduce people to your brand and make sure that they have the best experience possible when they first meet your brand and like find out what it's all about and kind of start becoming a user and advocate of your brand. That's really what it's all about, is just like full customization, full on brand, full branding, making sure that it all matches everything of what you already have, or what you want it to be as well. If you don't already have something, we can also create something. So yeah, that's the whole system as it stands right now. I didn't really show you the minting feature. I can just click through on one of these real quick. It's gonna have me connect my wallet again. And then, oh, I haven't completed the required tasks. Let me think, which wallet did I have a ready to go mint on? All right, well, that's gonna probably take a while, so apologies. Let me actually just show you the actual NFT itself, because yeah, we're really proud of how that turned out here. So these are the Nemesis Arena tickets. 6.82 total volume ETH. That's fucking awesome. That's really awesome, dude. Yeah, so you can see they come in various different types and varieties of what kind of ticket you might get. You might get a certain this one that looks like it was printed on like a really thin newsprint that you can like see right through, and it's all tattered up and like looks like it was done on like a photocopier where like the ink is kind of like bleeding a little bit, and like it's kind of like low quality but also kind of cool at the same time. You can also maybe get one of these more kind of fancy pants looking ones with the gold on the nice regal looking like red or kind of purple background here. You can get like a shiny one with just like a foil background. Shout out to the DGen golden ticket for the inspiration on the shiny foil background and the whole ticket idea. If you notice a little bit of a reference here, we're referencing that foil background just because we really loved how that DGen golden ticket from back in the day looked. So yeah, shout out to that project for the kind of inspiration for the artwork on this. But yeah, we went and made a bunch of other kind of paper types as well, which like I really love this one. It looks kind of like a nice premium look with like gold stamps on everything's been kind of made into like an embossed gold for the certain things on it. And you'll notice that all of them say base season. It's because Nemesis is launching on base, and these are all base season. Because everything is base season right now. So yeah, that's the various different types that you can get here. So yeah, I'm really proud of these, and really proud of us. Tanchu learned Solidity and deployed smart contracts for the first time, and was able to help teach me as well. So now we both know Solidity and deploying, and we're able to interact with smart contracts through our backend and do everything. And it's really awesome, man, to just be able to do all this and just like customize like whatever a client needs for their marketing campaign, and just like get the word out and just like amplify them, and just like have such a powerful tool now that we can be using for anybody who wants to launch. This can be used for any product or any game or any service, or any kind of IP that's launching. And we're going to be using it next on the app itself. Like, it's going to be tokenized and launched, and all the create token holders are going to be whitelisted as the people who will be able to come in and get a ticket or an NFT that will kind of represent your whitelist spot for the Signals app itself. So this whole system that we've built is becoming a tokenized product. It will be self-serve. It will also be, generating revenue through, both the self-serve and the custom front ends that we build as like a completely customized portal. So, regardless of whether you go with like, kind of the more affordable self-serve solution that, you have access to the final release features that we've kind of made available to the self-serve users, or if you go with the kind of the more customized and bespoke option, where you can just get access to all the features plus the ones that you need specifically to deliver like the best experience for your customers and for your target audience and for your brand, and that user flow that makes the most sense that we can help you come up with. That's definitely something that is going to be a revenue generator for this entire platform. And the platform itself will be a flywheel for our agency, and it will be a flywheel for Create. It'll be a flywheel for anybody who wants to kind of be part of our ecosystem, because it's something that it then becomes like a super connector. I like to use that word a lot now, because I feel like that's like what we're trying to create is super connector apps that they are like a force multiplier of what any brand or product or IP can do. It can just be added on top of something and just make anything better. So yeah, I don't know if we have too much time to go into much else on this call. We've got like maybe 5 minutes that we have slated. Maybe we can go a bit over, but Tanchu, I'll kind of let you talk a bit about your experience with this, and maybe we can also just kind of roll into like what's up next for the creators and Create on Base and the whole roadmap.
Yeah, I mean, that was super comprehensive, man. I'm really excited about this product. I think the numbers don't lie. We've got 26,000 users all vying for 2,100 tickets. And I'm just excited to now turn it into a product that is going to be tokenized and get our create holders in on the ground floor. Yeah, it's super exciting. I don't really know what else to say about it.
No, yeah,
You
that's
covered
fine.
it all really well.
That's great. Like I feel the same way, because like it's been such a long time that we've been building without a product in the marketplace, and we've been saying to our token holders at Create for so long, like we're not going to be shilling ourselves until we have a product. You guys, we've got to have a product first, then we can start shilling ourselves. Because in my opinion, like you almost are invisible in the marketplace until you have a product. Like we've done some things, we've worked our asses off for the creator economy. We've been here to support creators, and we've been creators ourselves, and done countless different projects at this point that like we could go back and recount. But it's at this point, what are we doing? What have you done for me today is what I love from the corporate world, but also it applies so much for communities and NFTs and Web3 is like what are we doing for brands and IPs and communities and other founders and other products? Like What are we doing for them specifically that they can integrate with? What are we doing for them that can boost them directly, that they can either use self-serve, or that as an agency that we can provide them custom built that meets all of their needs, whatever it may be that we can do to actually make an impact with the ecosystem. I think that's the biggest thing, and we're finally to the point where we've got this huge thing. Like, as you can see, like, the impact does not lie. Like, this is something that it was posted like 2 weeks ago or so, September 23rd, 18,000 retweets and likes. And the previous posts on this account before this was released, before we had this app, I mean, it's kind of crazy to see, the night and day difference of what's possible. So yeah, I'm just really happy for this to be released, and now that we have it released, and now that we're kind of adding on to the revenue generating capabilities that we have as an agency, the those potential revenues can then be rolled into accelerating the development of all of our products that are coming out in our roadmap. Those this app itself can be used as an accelerator for those products that we're launching as well, and for any partners that we're launching with. And I guess that kind of gets us into the wrap up, and like what we're doing next is we've been accepted into the Fracton incubator, which is a Japanese accelerator over in Japan. Which, of course, if they are Japanese, they would be over in Japan. Um, they were really lucky to have been accepted to their cohort number 5. And they're super bullish on our project and what we've got for our roadmap for Create on Base. And we can kind of go into the roadmap just very briefly, because I don't want to, we can probably save that for next week's community call to really go into that a little bit more in depth as we continue through the incubator. But long story short is we have an entire roadmap that's been planned for the Create on Base marketing plan. And what is the Create on Base marketing plan? That is a plan to go global with the advertising message to Create on Base. Our token is named Create. It was minted on Base, and it was always meant to promote and represent the base creator economy, because we believe in the base creator economy and we believe in scaling the base creator economy. So we're going to be making a marketing campaign that goes along with our Create on Base launchpad, called the Create on Base marketing campaign. And when you are, let's say, in the New York subway and you see a poster that just says create dot blue square, you're going to be like, what's that? And it'll say, oh, create dot blue. If you want to actually see the website, it's create dot blue. And this is our domain name that we've just purchased, where if you're going to create on Base, you're going to create on the Blue app, you're going to create on Blue. So we're going to have this very kind of mass market campaign that really just is super universal, where you can actually just translate that to any language very easily. You can have that be very iconic and very memorable, of create dot blue square, and that's the base logo, create dot base logo. um, and I really think that domain name, I'm really happy about that, because I was like, what are we going to do with TheCreators.com if the name of the marketplace and the marketing campaign is Create on Base, but then we're sending them to TheCreators.com? That doesn't make too much sense. Is the name of our agency going to be TheCreators.com? Is the Create on Base marketplace going to be TheCreators.com? And the answer to both of those questions was no. TheCreators.com has always been kind of this experimental platform for us to like launch stuff and have as like a kind of just like an experimental lab, and it's probably going to remain that way. It's probably just going to be our labs domain, where this is where the creators are. This is where you can find us cooking. And we're going to have a new website for our agency and a new brand for our agency that kind of breaks us out of the creator niche for the agency itself, so that we can have the creators as our creator division of the agency, but then also the agency can be more than just the creators. It can be more than just um, kind of, I guess, typecast is the best word, into the creator niche of clients and partners, because we have products now that can be force multipliers for any product. We have, as an agency, the ability to work with clients that are outside of the creator economy. So we don't want to be limiting ourselves to, like, only be working with clients and partners and folks that are within the creator economy. So, and also it just was because Creator DAO is already taken now, so, and we already worked with them, so we already know that we're not going to be Creator DAO. So we're like, okay, what's the name of our agency? So it's now Agency DAO. It's now the Agency Ventures. And if you go to theagency.vc or theagency.ventures, that's going to be the future home of the Creators Agency, where we're going to be kind of shilling our products, including the Create on Base marketplace, including the Signals app, including all the other products that we release, as well as some founding passes for those who are going to be wanting to get early access to all of those products as lifetime members of the products themselves. Those will be available at the agency.vc. And that's something that we're going to be releasing here pretty soon. That's in the works. So that's kind of the roadmap. In the very near future, we're going to be releasing the Signals app as a tokenized product. The token itself is going to be launching on district.xyz. We're going to be launching a whitelist for that product on Signals itself. So the same product that took Nemesis from 0 followers to 25,000 plus followers, we're going to be using on our account for the base creators that still only has 2,000 followers right now, because we've not even bothered to be promoting ourselves up until this point because we haven't had a product out. But now that we have a product out, we're finally going to start promoting ourselves. And we're going to take our account from 2,000 to, maybe 25,000 plus with our own product. And while we're doing that, we're going to be advertising our upcoming launch of the Signals token. And the only way you're going to be able to get on that is by holding the Create token, because we're actually going to make it kind of an exclusive whitelist. So the only way to get the Signals token is going to actually be to hold a Creators token, to hold the Create token. Because we want to make sure that this is, 100% that we are still dedicated to the Create token. We're not out here going to be just like launching a bunch of tokens and then just like abandoning them. The Create on Base token, like I had just mentioned, is part of a global marketing campaign that we've been planning for years. So there's no way we're going to be abandoning that. Even though the tokenomics of it don't really play in our favor at the moment, just because we did a completely fair launch and we didn't have any team allocation whatsoever. Props to all of the whales out there who have been holding that, because it's about to be fucking used in a global marketing campaign. But yeah, dude, that's long story short, we've been cooking for a while, and now we're finally ready to reveal a bunch of shit. So this has been a really dense, information-packed community call. Really appreciate everybody for sticking through, the years, the months, the days of waiting for us to finally make these announcements that we've been saying that are coming. And thanks so much to Fracton team. Thanks so much to Michael, Nemesis. Thanks so much to District, Creator DAO. Thanks so much to all of our partners and clients and friends, and all the folks that I just tagged on that create.blue little teaser post that I just made on X. We'll consider you all part of our cohort at the Creators and at the collective. We don't really refer to ourselves so much as a collective anymore, because we're going to let the Based Collective, formerly the Based Cartel, have the word collective, because we don't want to be at all confused or confusing in the marketplace with that branding. But we are a collective, and we have been a collective, of founders, brands, creators, builders that have all had the same vision of creating a better creator economy. And it's coming now, and I'm fucking so excited that it's here. And I'm so I gotta stop, or I'm gonna break break into tears over here, because it's been a lot of work. So yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work, a long time coming, and it's exciting, man. This is huge.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, oh man, thanks everybody so fucking much for sticking with us. And right around the corner, we're gonna have some big updates on what's next with the incubator. We've just told them our asks for. We're gonna be lining up some new talent to be hiring, so we're actually gonna have some open positions here soon. We're gonna have some capital flowing in. We're gonna have some creators that are top creators in the entire world connecting to us to be lined up for our launch pad. So yeah, there's going to be some big things happening. Trust me. I wouldn't be saying this shit unless it was true because I stay silent. You know me, I've been silent this whole year because I've been cooking. And you've been wondering what we've been cooking, and this is it. And finally ready to fucking go forward. So, yeah, everybody, thanks for your patience. Thanks for joining us. And I guess we do have an open floor, but I don't see anybody here in the chat. So let me just check on the restream, see if anybody was in the chat on here. And yeah, Besieged Mind had a quick question. So Create is the foundation of the ecosystem. I would say that the ecosystem of the Create on Base roadmap, uh, like that roadmap, yeah, like the Create token is the foundation of that entire roadmap. The foundation of that, like there's a foundation even above that too, though, because there's also the agency token, and the agency token is our entire DAO. So our DAO is the decentralized autonomous organization that really will be managing the Create on Base marketplace, will be managing all of the other kind of apps that are separate from the Create on Base marketplace. Like if there's an app that's like not even has anything to do with creators and like has no place on the Create on Base marketplace, then it kind of needs to live somewhere else. So that's something that is going to be just like essentially a parent for things that are not related to the creator economy. So, like I said earlier, the Create token, we've been cooking the Create on Base um, ecosystem and plan for a long time. So we're not the Create token is not being abandoned by any fucking means. Like it is part of the entire roadmap. That is essentially like, the entire token will be used for the platform, for trading between all the different games, books, movies, music, apps, like things that are launched on the Create on Base marketplace that have anything to do with being a creator, being a creative industry, creating something, even apps that have to do with, if you are creating something through that app, that will be available on the Create on Base marketplace. So specifically apps that are not having anything to do with creators that like would feel weird, like you'd be like, why is this like scheduling app, or why is this like office productivity app on the Create on Base marketplace, or why is this like car like car app or something that just has nothing to do with like creators. It would feel weird and it would dilute the Create on Base marketplace and make it feel like it's noisy if it has like a bunch of apps that have nothing to do with creators on it. So that's why we have to have the agency as a separate parent for things that are separate from the creator economy and separate from the niche of the creators. That we have really kind of, the creators as an agency kind of had dug ourselves into a niche, and in order to be generating a lot more revenue opportunities for us as an entire agency, we want to make sure that we're going to be able to serve clients that are outside of the creator economy as well. So yeah, there's no abandonment at all happening. I want to make sure that you guys all know that the Create token will never be phased out. It's always going to be a huge part of everything that we're doing because we are the creators. We are the Create on Base. We are the based creators. And another thing that I wanted to announce, I guess that maybe uh, kind of going alongside the lines of how this is not going to be phased out, is we're now launching the based creators chapters throughout the world. So in addition to this global marketing campaign that the Create token is going to be associated with, the based creators as a group are going to be now a chapter based organization. So we have some founders that are going to be starting up chapters in West and South Africa first. Really proud of those founders and everything that they're going to be doing to onboard creators and to kind of essentially take and multiply everything that we've been doing in the originating chapter into the South and West Africa chapters. And then from there, we're going to be using that as a template for chapters all around the world, where we want there to be community chapters of the based creators available to onboard creators in neighborhoods around the world where, you know, there's artists and musicians and, you know, developers and gamers and people who want to learn how to create and make a living out of being a creator and connect with, you know, the creator economy and like have a great way to kind of get into, you know, that whole network. That's really what it's going to be about, is like just like these local chapters that are going to be running events and running, you know, kind of everything that we've been wanting to do, but on a global scale, and connected with the Create.blue and the Create on Base marketplace and the Create on Base marketing plan. So it's all connected. It's all connected, and there's nothing is not going away. The next question that we have here was when will the agency token be launched? That's something that is going to come after the Signals token. We're going to do the Signals token first. So the Create token will be used as a whitelist token for the Signals token if you want to join that one. And so if you want to have the agency token, that's actually going to be pretty much airdropped to people who are Create token holders or people who are Signals holders as well. There will be a whitelist in public, you know, for agency token as well, but we are planning on doing an airdrop, and I probably, you know, want to keep that a bit silent as much as possible, but you know, you guys wait until the end of this community call, so you deserve a little bit of alpha. But yeah, that's in terms of when it will be launched, it's going to be after the Signals token, and we are planning on the Signals token coming up after the Nemesis token, because we don't want to conflict with the client who's currently using the Signals app. You know, we don't want to step on their toes because they're launching their Nemesis token here, I think October 20th. So after they launch, we'll do our Signals launch pretty much right after. So we're going to be, you know, towards the end of October here doing the Signals launch, and then next month, November, right? Next month is November. We'll be doing the agency most likely, but no guarantees on that, because we're kind of lining up with the Fracton incubator to make sure that we're all ready to go with the agency DAO launch and everything. But we will have the agency website out here soon, and we will be selling the Signals app. We'll be selling, you know, various different things, and then also the revenue from that goes into buybacks of the Create token as usual. So continuing the plan of growing the agency, and the agency is still buying back the Create token, because we need to be accumulating as much of that Create token as we can, because, you know, like I said earlier in the call, we launched it as a completely fair launch with no team allocation, and we've just been fully just bootstrapped. So now we have the ability to you know, be buying back our own token now that we're actually making some good revenue. So yeah, I hope that answers all your guys' questions. If you have any others, feel free to come through in the Discord. We're going to be available here in the Discord throughout the rest of the day. We'll be working on various different stuff for the agency and Signals launch. And yeah, really appreciate you guys, all your patience. And, you know, definitely want to make sure that you guys are included in everything, all the kind of decision making and you know, information as we go through, because like I consider us all co-founders. You know, if you're a holder of this, we've been building this together because you've been believing in us this whole time. So really appreciate you all. And with that, I think that's it. Yeah, I guess we'll sign out. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend. Stay based, everybody.
Let's fucking create.
Let's fucking create.
It's 2024. How are you still not on chain?